Do you feel that you don't have enough time to use and things don't get done the way you wanted to? Does your day run in a way that match with your plan? In this video, I will show you 5 simple steps to make your time usage more efficient and how to get things done effectively. You will realize how simple these steps are. At the end, I will summarize and explain why these simple methods work and also throw in a few more useful bonus tips. If you have doubts, simply try it, and you will know that it works. Alright, let's get started. Number 1, plan ahead with a to-do list. This might sound a little old school, but don't underestimate how useful the to-do list is. We are not talking about grocery shopping list here. In this to-do list, you plan ahead with the things you need to get done, or the tasks that you aim to finish for the day, with sequencing the order of actions logically. For example, if you have only 3 things to do today, and they are buying sugar, picking up the kids from school, and practicing yoga, you can consider practicing yoga first while your kids are away so that you can enjoy the peace, then getting the sugar while you are driving out picking up the kids, so that you won't have to drive out twice. You get the idea. Some people ask, when should we do the planning and write the to-do list? Depending on your style, you can do it the night before or the first thing in the morning. In my case, I do the high-level planning the night before, right before I go to bed. This gives me an overview of what I need to accomplish the next day. Then in the next morning I can wake up with a general impression of what to do for today, and I would further fine-tune the steps in the plan if needed. This might seem too simple and sounds a bit unnecessary. Some people even say they've tried this but it didn't work and therefore giving up on the planning or writing it down. Now here comes the most important part of having the to-do list: you must commit to it. It serves as a physical contract, which you can see and touch. To earn the respect for yourself, you really need to complete the tasks and cross them out the way that it is intended. No more, and no less. You see, the planning is the thinking, and to-do list is the commitment to the action. This is all about the mindset, getting you to treat your action seriously. When you do, automatically and magically, you will do whatever you need to seek time, and make time to complete the tasks. And as you practice more, you will get better at it. To give yourself a better start, keep your plan and to-do list simple and feasible. Your plan needs to be reasonable and the objectives need to be tangible. After all, what good is a plan if it is not achievable? And note that there are times even when we try our best, there will still be tasks that won't get completed. That's okay. What matters is that you have tried hard, and eventually your efforts will get rewarded. Number 2, do one thing at a time. You're probably wondering, isn't multitasking more efficient? Why only do one thing at a time if you can do 2 or more? Well, when applying to smaller and simple tasks, like doing your dishes and talking on the phone at the same time, obviously multitasking is the way to go. When it comes to bigger unit of work, especially those that require some serious thinking and concentration, it's much better to focus and complete the task in one shot before moving on to the next. As a counterexample, when you begin too many tasks at the same time, you will most likely end up not remembering where you left off from some of the tasks and their details. While it's true that there are situations multitasking would help, in most cases, doing one thing at a time yields the most optimal result. Always learn to walk before you can fly. When focusing in one task at a time, it will give you the immediate reward in terms of mental satisfaction when you get to cross out the item sooner. This would further motivate you to move forward onto the next. Do not underestimate this reward. This is how the human brain and body is designed to work. The rewarding mechanism raises hormone level, such as dopamine and serotonin. It reduces stress and promotes confidence level while you are beginning the next task on the list. At the same time, while focusing in doing one task, this also includes not distracting by other factors, such as all those messages and notifications from your phone. This practice brings less interruption to your chain of thoughts, so that you can remember more and experience a smoother workflow. The continuous flow of actions ensure cohesiveness throughout your thinking process, with linking to the steps in the actual implementation. Before we begin the next part, if you like this video, please give it a like and share your comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please join us to watch more meaningful videos. Number 3, track your progress. Once you get deep into the task, oftentimes it's possible that you can lose track of time, or even lose pace without you realizing it. So check your progress periodically. One simple way is to check the progress during your breaks. For example, whenever taking a water break, restroom break, or any other breaks, check where your overall progress is at and compare to how you have planned it. Sometimes we are all layback, we might slow down or get distracted and therefore slowing down the progress. There are also times the realistic side of the task is too difficult and will require additional adjustment to the planning. The point is, check the progress periodically so that you can react to the situation earlier and still achieve your goals. If the slowdown is due to your speed, one suggestion is to practice giving yourself a deadline. Sometimes, applying appropriate pressure to yourself can make you more serious to the matter. This might sound generic, and you might ask, isn't it exactly what my boss is giving me? Well, there is a big difference when the deadline is coming from yourself instead of coming from anyone else, such as your boss. You see, many of us have been nurtured by freedom and don't appreciate much when taking orders from others. But when you give yourself an order, psychologically the perception changes in every aspect. 1. There is no other to blame or to transfer your unwillingness to. 2. Because of 1, there is no longer the need to get defensive in terms of your reaction. And 3. Because both of 1 and 2, by default you become more willingly to make things to work without the unnecessary hard feelings. Now you might ask, what if the progress is so off and what should I do now? This perfectly opens up the next topic. Number 4, be flexible. As we all know, reality doesn't always follow our plan. You can plan the perfect steps for making a cake, but at the last minute, you might find your kitchen has ran out of sugar, your blender is broken, so on and so on. At times like this, change the plan. Move the steps around creatively. For example, if you tell your roommate to go buy the sugar, while waiting for the sugar, you can do other steps first, so that the overall progress wouldn't get delayed. Or if you don't have time to go out to buy the sugar, why not simply ring the next door bell and borrow some? Don't let what is written on paper to confine the possibilities out there. In fact, steps in the to-do list are meant to be edited, for as long as you can still get the job done. So don't be afraid to make adjustments to the plan, and be flexible. Number 5, be optimistic. Anything you do, you first wish upon it, then you visualize the result, and after that, it's all steps and steps of making it to happen. This sounds magical? Take a moment to think back, the last time you go for a trip, when the idea appears in your mind, you would first see in your mind, of the place where you want to go. And probably you would spend a few more seconds dreaming about it and see visions and related images flashing in your mind. This happens to all of us, it's the matter of how much you actually aware of this happening. Now it's extremely important that you would remain optimistic about this, starting from the first step, when the ideas first appears in your mind, till you write it down in your plan, and throughout the process of making it happen. Why is this important? One key ingredient to make things happen is your attitude. If you enter a race and want to get onto the winner's podium, you definitely would not concentrate on constantly thinking yourself to finish in last place, right? The human brain is all about sending electronic signals via your nervous system to the rest of your body, and for it to carry out the orders, during which different hormones get released, creating chemical reactions. As a result, the stimulus becomes of what we call a good morale in reality. What you want to do is to be in a positive zone and stay motivated. Be optimistic and stay optimistic until the tasks are completed. As mentioned in the beginning of the video, I will throw some bonus tips. Here they are. First, plan your steps based on your performance cycle. For example, if you are a morning person and function the best in the first part of the day, then plan the most difficult and engaging tasks in the morning, and save the easier ones for later. Second, you don't need a super plan. While it's true the more details your plan gets, the better coordination you can make. But don't forget that, in reality things do change, and you can never accommodate for the countless possibilities out there. The plan is simply a roadmap that will lead you to the goals, and much detail will come to you along the way. So don't spend a super long time to compose it. That said, don't let your plan have too little information or allowing it to get messy either. Here is an example of another plan list. Use your own creativity to make it work for yourself. And finally, check the result. This action serves as a key indicator of how well your composed steps work for you. It would also indicate to you What are the areas you need to improve in the next planning? And what are the things you need to pay more attention during the next implementation, such as, are you being distracted much, and are you motivated? Conclusion, why these steps work. Let's take a quick moment to review what we have covered today. We leverage the to-do list as a preparation and a contract to guide us through the tasks. We try to focus one task at a time, trying to get it completed before moving on to the next. We track the progress periodically to see if we are on track. We also adjust the plan accordingly to compensate for the unexpected events. And finally, we remain optimistic, possessing a can-do attitude, and reach to the finish line. If you are watching this video up to this point, it implies that you really want to change in your life and get things done effectively. I would strongly recommend you to give these steps a try. I know these basic steps work if you follow them accordingly. Once you will become good knocking down tasks every day effectively, you will no longer need the to-do list or remembering each and every steps. Eventually this will become a habit, like muscle memory, automatically at work for you. I hope you will find this video helpful. Please give a like and comment if you enjoy watching it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to watch more meaningful videos, and turn on the notification. Thank you for watching. See you next time.